Okay, so next question. JC Fan 004. Out of the Fire Red or Golden Sun LP you've done, which one have you enjoyed doing the most so far? Well, Golden Sun's not done yet technically, but admittedly, I did enjoy doing Pokemon Fire Red more, partly because I had played that game Red and Fire Red. Like, I was a master with Fire Red. I knew exactly where everything was. You know, I wouldn't even be looking at the game, and I'd have a friend be like, "Dude, I can't find this thing." I would just say, "Go up this many paces and go that way, that many," and then boom, they'd find it. I was a bit of a nerd when it comes to Pokemon Red. So, Pokemon Fire Red, not too much different. Revamped up graphics. A few things are different here and there, but I still played it enough to, know where a lot of those things were. And Pokemon games are just overall fun for me because you make your own team and you have some customization that way, and I love that when you have control that way. Golden Sun, not so much. You don't have that control, but the thing with Golden Sun, I love the story. Like, when I first played that game, I was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! I love this idea!" Yeah, I sounded weird when I was younger. Either way, yeah, my answer would be for Fire Red. So far, it's been more enjoyable so far. But keep in mind, I've only done 2 so far, so I still have a lot more stuff to do. So anyways, next question comes from the Yoshi Egghead. And he asks, what was the first Let's Play you ever watched? Admittedly, I believe I watched Tails' answers video for his Q&A recently, and he said the exact same thing that I was thinking. It was Chuck Conroy's Wind Waker Let's Play. Now, the first one I saw was the actual intro video that he released first. So, I saw that, and that was cool. Yeah. I was like, damn, dude, that's cool. And then, it kind of branched off from there, like, in his suggested videos was his Fire Red finale. I was like, holy crap, he did Fire Red? I love Fire Red. And I clicked on it, I was like, oh, so he did a whole walkthrough on this with commentary? And I found it, and I watched the whole thing, and after watching, I was like, I wanna play Fire Red again. But, either way, answer the question would be Checker Conroy's Wind Waker. Next question. What was the first Pokemon you caught? First ever? Well, I would have to say back when I was playing Red, and I caught a Pidgey. It was level 2. Don't ask me how I remember the level. Not that hard to remember, but yeah. That was that. Do you like waffles? Hells yeah! Love waffles. I love breakfast if I ever get to eat it. Does Chimchar like waffles? Man, Chimchar likes pancakes. Such a prick. Next one. Which Pokemon do you think would win? Charmander, Cyndaquil, Torchic, or Chimchar? It's a good question. If they stayed in those forms, like the first stage there, I would go with I'd say Chimchar. Yeah, Chimchar's my boy. Power to him. But if it came up to them evolving to their final stages and whatnot, I'm gonna give it hands down to Charizard, because it's Charizard. He's freaking awesome. You can't beat the Charizard. Unless you got a water type, but we're not. Next set of questions comes from Mr. Trico. Do you like anime? And if you do, what is your favorite anime? If you don't, why don't you like anime? I actually do like anime, surprisingly. I am half Asian, so half of me does like it. And which one is my favorite anime? Currently, I have 2 favorite ones. One I watch religiously, and so that would be my utmost favorite, and that is Naruto. Shocker, I'm so original. Alright, so next question. What is your favorite animal? That is a very good question. If it came down to pets, I'd say dogs. I love dogs, even though I'm allergic to them. I just think they're awesome. Growing up, I always liked bears. Specifically, like, I think just because of the different kinds there were, black bear, grizzly bear, polar bears, panda bears, koala bears, even though they're not technically bears, but you get them going at it. I had options. That sounds bad. Okay, moving on then. Do you think Chimchar one day will hack your YouTube account? That sounds like a great idea to do that for one of my backgrounds. All of a sudden, there's Chimchars everywhere. Like not that there isn't Chimchars everywhere anyways, but no, he can't because he doesn't know how to type on a keyboard. His fingers are stuck together because he's just a plush doll. Next question. What game systems do you own? Right now in my possession, because I technically own a Super Nintendo and a N64, but those are at Lunar's mom's place. Just because I was one of those nice guys who's like, hey, I got a GameCube, so you guys can have these. So they're in good condition still. Anyways, currently in my possession, yes, I have a GameCube. Shocker. And I have a Nintendo Wii. I had an Xbox, so that was given to me. And I also do have a PS2. Not many games on it, but I do have a small handful of games for it. So, who knows, maybe there'll be some future LPs there. Maybe not. Oh, and I also have... I can't believe I almost forgot this. I got a Nintendo DS. Does that count? Yeah, I'm gonna say it counts. Okay. Next question. If you had to pick to start with a starter Pokemon that wasn't Chimchar, which would it be? Chimchar. I mean, what? No, no, that was Chimchar trying to get his 2 cents in there. I would actually pick Charmander, as you could tell from my Fire Red Let's Play, because Charmander is my number 2, because Chimchar has to be my number 1. Next questions. Next set of questions comes from Rags18/Shadow Sandbag. Try to say that 10 times fast. He asks first, what has been your favorite project to work on out of everything? LPs, vlogs, solar panel mealtime, etc. What has been my favorite? That's definitely a good question. My favorite have actually been, as fun as Epic Mealtime parodies are, I actually really enjoy making those little Pokemon game animations, where they got the custom sprats in them and I animate them. I actually really enjoy those because I feel I open the door to more an enjoyable content with my Pokemon Let's Plays that way, where I do stories around the Let's Play, basically. It'll make more sense down the road, but yeah, I enjoy making those things because they come out very nice, because I do a very good job of them. I know I sound overzealous, but I do, because I put in the hours and days and weeks and even months if needed to make that thing look spectacular, because I have full control of it. Anyways, next question. What is your favorite video of yours? Sorry, I think that's meant to say of yours. My favorite video of mine? Okay, so that one is going to be a tie between my preparation video, where I'm doing like the workout thing, pretending I'm Rocky, preparing for the Elite Four, and then the other one that's tied with that would be my 300 sub special, where I get kicked down the pit by Leonidas, or the Spartan guy. This is Sparta, or whatever. Where he kicks me and I fall down the pit, and I'm like, yeah, down the pit. It was good times. So next, what do you think is your best video is? What do you think your best video is? My best video. That's also a very good question that I should probably look at. I may or may not have to say, my best video. That is a hard one, because there's so many fun videos I've done so far. Best video. I may just have to say my best video so far has been my Wi-Fi battle with Crisscross Media, because not only the video itself looked great as the finished product, and the commentary was a lot of fun, but I won the battle, so booyah. I had another battle with the Lightning Spirit 78, and she kicked my butt by one turn. So, not to say that wasn't awesome. That was awesome, but not my best moment, you could say. Okay, next question. Why would you abuse poor Chimchar like that? 'Cause Chimchar is a prick. He's a bit of a prick. I have him locked away right now so he doesn't try and kick my butt from saying that. But no, Chimchar's a bit of a prick. You guys don't see his ugly side. You know, he acts all friendly on the camera, and you know, sure he beat me up in the last video, but so what? I can take him. Yeah, that's my answer. Okay, next question. His fifth question is, no, seriously, why would you do that? Have you seen the anime when Ash's Chimchar got mad and it could kill everything? Everything? My Chimchar doesn't have that kind of fuse on him. Remind you, see, this is my Chimchar. See, my Chimchar is awesome. He's a bit of a prick. Ash's Chimchar, he's a little whiny bitch. Trust me, I've seen the sound clip of him crying. He used it once. Anyways, next question! Alright, next question comes from Maniac 51. He asks me, what did you use to do before LPing? Well, I guess I answered that in a previous question unknowingly. So I guess I'll say it in a nutshell here. After high school, I did a couple amateur videos. Went to film school. Came back and started to do Flash videos. Oh, FYI, while I was at film school, I played a lot of World of Warcraft. Just because I had no friends in Vancouver. But that's beside the point. So I did the Flash videos, and then I did RPs, which is just stories with people. Making stories with people. And then I started to do Wi-Fi battles, and then I started LPing. So that's it in a nutshell. What got you into LPing? I don't want to be rude, but just refer to the previous comments, well, my previous statement in either this video or in the previous one, because this is taking a while. I don't want to make a super long video to bore the crap out of you guys. Next question. What is your favorite game? Video game. I think I answered that one already. Yeah, it was Heart Gold. No, I said Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah, it was Conker's Bad Fur Day. Okay, question number 4. Pokemon or Zelda? I'm gonna have to go with Pokemon on that. Just because I played more of it. Is the only justification I could really give it. And last question. Who was behind the Chimchar doll? There's no one behind the Chimchar doll. That Chimchar doll is real. It was Lunar. Alright, next set of questions are from DMSMLP. I'm just going to spell it out because it doesn't look like a word I could pronounce. So his first question is, where did you get the doll? Again, in a nutshell, I'll say it again. I got it up in Edmonton at a anime novelty store. Okay, next question. Would you rather kiss a pig or smell his poo? I'd rather kiss a pig, because their poo is nasty. I've been to a farm before. That's how I know this. Okay, next question. If you could make a game, what would it be like? Well, hands down, it'd probably be an RPG, just because that's the type of games I like playing. Definitely be super fantasy oriented, and I would have a lot of cool like swords and whatnot involved in the game, just because I like the kind of art style, the freedom you have to make those kind of things with swords and just make them whatever ridiculous crazy thing you can do. Okay, next question. Do you think people would notice Lunar in the background? Lunar's not in the background. What are you talking about? She is. Okay, next set of questions. And these are from, they're from Lunar Primal. Goody. Okay. Her first question is, who is your sidekick? Say it or else. That's not a question there. Who's your sidekick? Okay, so Lunar wants me to say her. She is my sidekick. But I see ourselves as equals, but you know, okay, she wants to be my sidekick, that's fine. Second question is, would the sidekick be mentioned all the time? I believe Lunar Primal is mentioned all the time. And can your sidekick make a sandwich? No, 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 no. The question is, can you make your sidekick a sandwich? Hells no, that's the sidekick's job. She needs to be in the kitchen. Ha ha. Set yourself up for that one. Next one. How much does your sidekick mean to you? The world. And that's not sarcasm there. I actually do very much care about Lunar Primal. Okay. Next question is, how did you meet your sidekick? I want to hear it. Okay, she wants me to tell you this whole story. Okay. So, the story kind of begins way back long ago. In a galaxy far, far away. No. It was a summer time. Someone knocked on my door, went up there, saw Lunar Primal and some other chick. Opened the door, because girls don't come to my door. It was just weird to me. And I was like, hello? And they're like, oh, we're looking for Brad, which is my friend at that time. He was downstairs. We were playing video games. I was like, yeah, sure. And I went to go get him, and I guess they were wanting to hang out and see one of the friends from school. And so they did that, and then, then they went. Had one of those kind of cute moments where they only had like 2 cans of Sprite. Okay, there was 4 of us, I guess you could say. They had 2 cans of Sprite, 2 cans of Mountain Dew. My friend Brad and the other person grabbed the Sprite cans, and then we were stuck with Mountain Dew. And Lunar was like, "Oh, Mountain Dew." I was like, "But we got Mountain Dew together." And then the message didn't get sent, and I was trying to be cute. Nevertheless, didn't see each other for a while, and eventually my friend Brad was dating Lunar, so I was a bit surprised about that. But then they broke it off because my friend was a bit of a dick with how he was handling everything. Me being trying to be a friend, and said he wanted to talk about it, but she said no. But then a couple weeks later, somehow started talking again. I don't know how. I can't remember. Eventually, Lunar's friend asked me, so why do I want to go out with Lunar? I'm calling her Lunar just because I want to. Okay. And then I pulled the line. She's just like Applejacks. You just do. Okay, because her name's Jackie, so it's cute. So that worked, and we've been dating ever since, you could say. We've been engaged for over a year now, so just slightly over a year, so not a whole much time over that, but yeah, so that's that story. Thanks, Lunar. You just made everyone fall asleep.